by data, does anybody know? Yep, please take notes. Anybody data? Jaden?
Records information.
Okay, yeah, numbers that record information, I guess is the best way to do it. Numbers that record info. Now, just for fun, very quickly here, I hope you know that you are in fifth grade here. I would like you to tell me your shoe size without the halves. So if it's 9.5, just give me 9. You don't have to raise your hand. I'll come around and get it from you as we go. And this is going to be our data. We'll start with this data and see what happens here. You done?
Yeah.
Put on my desk there. Kate, your shoe size. And you can put this down on your paper too. Or just give me. This is
5.
okay. Thank you. You throw something at me here. 5. Luke. Not a 5. But Elizabeth.
6.
6. Lance. 5. 7.
9.
9.
7.
7.
7.
7.
6.
6. Well, just give me one. Huh? You don't know or
3.
3? Kara?
4.
4. Charlie? Shoe size?
What?
What's your shoe size?
Oh, 7.
7. Blake?
7.
7.
8. 7. 3. 8. 3. 3.
All right, 3 there.
8.
8.
8. 8. 9.
Wait, Paige, what do you need there?
The edge roll.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, Pete,
8.
Paige, Blake,
2. 3. 2. 3.
is it 2?
Yeah.
Cool.
8. 8.
Alright, now, as you look at this here, this, children, is what we call raw data. And it's called raw because you look at it and it just looks like a whole bunch of numbers there. And maybe you can or maybe you can't make some observations about that, but it is much more helpful if we organize this raw data in a better way, just so we can see it. The first thing we're going to talk about, and I don't know if we've done it before or not, because it is we are going to make a line plot. Have we done line plots? Good. Then this will be new and or exciting to you. Okay. And the line plot looks like this. You start off with a number line. One second, let me organize my stuff here. You start off with a number line. I don't like that number line. Let's just go with the black one. Start off with the number line. Okay, that includes all the numbers from your data. So we think about the smallest number we have, which is a 2, right? The biggest number I believe we have is a 9. So we did this number line to go from 2 to 9. So that's not too hard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll put a 10 just because. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And with a line plot, what you do is you put an X above the number for each data point. Which means, children, this. Okay, here's a 5, so I find my 5 and I put an X above it. A second 5 means I put a second X above it. A 6, an X above the 6. A third 5, a 7, a 9, 2 more 7s, a 6, a 3, starting back here, a 4, 2 7s, 1 8, another 7, a 3, 8, 2 more 3s, 1 more 8, another 8, a 9, an 8, a 2, and a couple more 8s. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Now, we've started to organize our data, and maybe if you look at that, you can kind of make some generalizations or some inferences, or, you know, if you looked at that, and anytime you're looking for line plots, you're looking for what we call clusters, which means places where you see a lot. I mean, there's a few over here, but this part has the most. And you could probably tell me a couple things. What could you tell me? You could tell me that, you know, most people have shoe sizes in the 7 to 8 range. I mean, the majority of them, or a good number of them compared to that. How might I use that? Well, you know, if there was some company that came here and wanted to sell you tennis shoes or something, you know, if you had that data, maybe you guys might be do you think you're a good representation of all the 5th graders in the world? You know, and you were a shoe manufacturer and you wanted to make the sneakers that appeal to 5th graders, you know, would you make 1,000 shoes that are in the 11 or 12 range? No. Most of your shoes are going to fall in here because that's where most people buy them. A couple probably over here, but you probably wouldn't make a lot of size 1s, and you probably wouldn't make a lot of size 11s or 12s. I'm sure there are some 5th graders with size 12 feet, but not many of them. So one way to do that is with a line plot, and that helps you kind of see that. Okay? And then another way is if you take your line plot, and kind of turn it on edge, we call this a frequency table. Okay? In our frequency table, the word frequency means how often. Frequency is how often. So, we do something like this. We make a table, and you wouldn't have to do this off a line plot, but it probably might make our life easier. You make a table, and we put all our numbers in it that we have: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I didn't have my line plot there, this would be more helpful. The first column here would be tally marks. The first column there would be tally marks, and then this next one here would be the frequency. Okay, and since I got my line plot here, I really don't need to do my tally marks, but I want to show it to you. I have just 1, 2. If I were going around the room, I'd kind of do the same thing. You know, Kate said a 7 or whatever, and I put a tally mark there. But 1, 2, how many 3s? 4 3s. 1 4, 3 5s, 2 6s. How many 7s? 2 4 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. How many 8s? So 7 8s, 2 4 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And 2 9s. And then the only difference between the tallies and the frequency is you just write the number. This is 1. There is 1 2. There are 4 3s. There's 1 4. 3 5s. 2 6s. 6 7s. 7 8s. And 2 9s. This is your beloved frequency table. Question, Emily?
I'm trying to listen, but I used pencil against it and making sounds on
Against who?
the table.
I'm sure Danny won't do it anymore. Right, Danny? Got it. Everybody's happy. Any questions on that? No, yeah, no? Perfect, because we've got a bunch of different things to think about here. Write these down because these are exciting as well. We've got these special terms that when we look at data we talk about, and we're going to look at 3 of them. One of them is the mode, the range, and the median. The mode, write that down. The median and the range. Anybody think they know what any of those things are? Ooh, Lady Kavard says.
Small, medium, large.
Wow, is that like going to Starbucks where it's the, what is it, the El Grande and the burrito? Unfortunately not. Here is what they are here. The mode in a set of numbers, and these all deal with sets of numbers. The mode is the number that shows the most. It is the number that appears the most. And you kind of see the mode starts with MO and most starts with MO. So maybe that's a good way to remember it. So you look and you see what shoe size comes up the most. That's its mode, Keith, which is, the mode in this is 8. Now, if there would have been another 7 and they were tied, then you can put them both down, 7 and 8. Okay? If no number appears the most, then, you know, like all of them are tied or whatever, then you just say it doesn't have a mode, but that's the one. Now, what about median, boys and or girls? Think about, have you ever heard the word median before? Elijah? Yes, but why do we call it a medium? You've got your large, and you've got your small, and you've got your medium. What does medium kind of mean, Lance?
It's like the one that has the second to most.
Like first, second, third? Not exactly, no. Isabel, you're close though.
Middle.
Middle. Median is the number in the middle. Okay? Now, in order to do the median, you have to write the numbers in order from least to greatest, okay? Which would mean, I probably should, but I'm going to use this line plot, write down 2 2s. We need to find out how many total people told me their shoe size. If I add up all of these numbers, how many kids are here today? Because we're missing a few people. Is there 28? Let's look. 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 17, 24, 20. Looks like there's 26 numbers there. Am I not right? 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. 17, 24, I got 26.
Some
So,
people are taking the test.
yeah, some of them are taking the test. So, 26. Paige, just for fun, what's your shoe size? Let's see if how this changes our stuff here. Which size shoe?
9.
Oh, a 9. Okay, that's good. I like that. I'm going to put that in there. She gets a 9. That changes this to 3, this to 3. So, if people...
Allison's 7.
Did Allison just walk in?
Yeah, she walked in like
I'm an 8.
She's a 7, all right. Oh, look at that, changes this to a 7. That means we have 8 and 7 as our modes.
No.
And that gives us, unfortunately, I don't like 28 as my number here. I have 28 numbers. Okay, if I'm looking for the middle, if I cut 28 in half, okay, what is half of 28? Grace? 14. Now, here's the deal, and I should really write this out. Well, I can't. Well, maybe I can. Okay. Here's what it looks like. I'm going to do it like this because it's much easier to understand. It's going to take me a little while. Okay, I'm going to actually write the numbers out and get 28 of them across here. So, how many 2s do I have? Just 1, right? I have 4 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 4. I have 3 5s. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 6s. I have 7 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 3 9s. 9, 9, 9. The median is the number that fits exactly in the middle of all these numbers. So I had a total of 28 numbers here. I count over 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here is the middle of 14. Because there are 14 numbers here, and there are 14 numbers there. That is the dead center. If you have an even number, there is not an exact number in the middle. It's like between these 2 numbers here. If it would have been odd, one number would fall exactly in the middle, and you could pick that number. But since this one falls, it's an even number, these two numbers are in the middle, and you have to take the average of them, which means you have to add and divide by 2. But since they're both 7s, guess what the average of 2 7s is? 7. So the mean, the middle number of you guys, the median is actually 7 for you people. And you don't have to write it out like this. You could do really the same thing from here. If I counted over 14 x's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, there would be my median between those two numbers. I wanted you to kind of see the numbers there. And then the range. Anybody know Home on the Range? The song? You can sing it for me?
With the deer and the antelope.
Very nicely done. Okay, that's enough of that. Jenna, what is the range then? Any idea? No, but you're close. You do, it has something to do with the lowest number. Okay?
Limit a number field.
No, it's not the highest number, but it has got something to do with the highest number. Lance? Nope, not small line. It is the difference of the big and small. In other words, the numbers range from 2 to 9, but I want to know how many that is, so I subtract that. My highest number is 9, my lowest is 2, I subtract them. These numbers, your shoe sizes range from 7 different sizes. Or not, well, just range 7 different sizes. It went all the way from the small of 2 to the big of 9, and that means there are 7 sizes in between that you could have that fit between what you guys have. Lots of 7s. 7 must be your lucky number. It's a good number, so. And then one other thing in here. If by chance we had, like, remember I said there probably is some kid, 5th graders that have a 12. If by chance we did have a 12 in the class, anytime you have a data point that is way outside of everybody else, that is called an outlier. Okay? Then that's exactly what you think. It is outside of everything. It's way outside of normal. And you guys, we don't have an outlier. 2 maybe would have been an outlier if there wouldn't be a lot of 3s and 4s. Okay, but since there's a lot of 3s and 4s, 2 actually fits as a group here. Like I said, there's actually a cluster of smaller ones here. But if you had somebody that had shoe size 12, 13, 14, and it's way outside of the normal, they call that outlier.